Hello, welcome to product review. Today's episode is all about tripods. I'm going to say for people that are looking for a good tripod. I have a range of from very cheap and nasty all the way up to the expensive Manfrotto. We're going to start with a tripod in the budget range, which I purchased from a shop, which is unusual for me because I normally buy online, eBay or Amazon. However, this time I went to a shop. I was actually looking for a new tripod to take with me to Thailand that was portable and stable and foldable. What I did, I went to a shop and I went to London Camera Exchange and I looked around and they offered me this fantastic tripod, which is a Velbon EX-430. Now this was actually the last, I think it was the last one they had in the shop. It was around about £29, which was, you know, okay, not too bad. It comes in a lovely carrier bag, so you've got a strap which you can obviously carry it with. once you get it out of the box and out of the bag, you will find that it is very light. It has a two-fold extension leg, so there's only two sections to the leg, and I generally have it so it's set for my mobility scooter, so I can have it on the actual base plate, and then I have my camera on top, and I can actually wind this up a little bit so it does actually go up. And what I generally do is have enough for a handhold there, so I can lift it with the tripod, a bit like a Steadicam really. So the actual plastic is quite good plastic. It feels okay. The legs are metal. I don't know what metal they are, but they're probably aluminium. All of the controls are plastic. So the screw knob there and the handle. There is a little tiny, what they call spirit measure on the base, which I don't know how useful that is. It should really be on the head, because obviously the legs can be balanced, but the head can be off side. Especially with the fact that I got it because there was obviously horizontal rotation, there was vertical rotation, and it's done with the screw handle here. So you turn it and then you can move it and then lock it and it stays there, which is quite useful. However, when you're trying to do a quick up and down motion, you have to remember to turn and lift and then turn it back. Otherwise what happens is it drops back down again, and then you have to fiddle around with the actual handle. The standard usual thing is a base plate which clips in, and you put that bit on your camera. It is a bit fiddly to get back in, but once it's in there, it's okay. It's also not a standard shape, and you'll find that the other tripods that I have all got different shapes, base plates. This knob here is to stop it from turning. You can lock it out so it doesn't move. And obviously you need to remember to undo it. Now, panning is not smooth as a Manfrotto, obviously, because that is liquid head, as far as I recall. This one isn't liquid head. The lovely thing that I liked about this was that you can actually turn this knob here and then tip this bit up. So you end up with a 90-degree angle, and your camera's on here. So you actually get a tilted shot, which came in handy really. If you watch the Thailand video when I went on the train, and I had the camera on there and I put it out the window, and I ended up with being able to adjust this so that it was actually level with the ground, but the tripod was at the window. If you imagine the window's here, it gave a really good effect, and obviously then I didn't have to worry about trying to hold it up straight out the window. Obviously you end up, you know, with a rubbish shot. So that on its own is worth the 30 quid, I think. So as far as stability, once it's locked out, there is no way to lock this, but it doesn't easily come up. So once it's down, then it's down. And if it's on the floor, what I will do is I will generally put my foot on the actual bottom of the tripod just to make sure it doesn't move when I'm panning and tilting the camera. In actual fact, looking at this, it doesn't actually look very level. So I think my legs are off somewhere. Not my legs, the tripod legs. No, 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 no. Now, okay, so for 30 quid, it went to Thailand with me, and it really, I mean, it doesn't fall down much more, but then I didn't need to because I had it in my hand most times. So if you imagine it's going to go from there. So it's just over, maybe just over 18 inches long.
Oh la la!
So a foot and a half. Pretty good size. You know, you can put it back in the bag and carry it on the aeroplane maybe, or wherever you're going. The only reason that I'm not using it at the moment is the camera is actually on a Manfrotto tripod, which is my new one, which I shall be reviewing shortly, my Manfrotto B3. So anyway, if you enjoyed this review and you want some more information, then probably best thing is to comment below, and I'll try and help you out with some useful advice. By the way, I'm not an expert, so don't ask me too much because I'm still learning myself. If you have enjoyed this video, then please don't forget, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. I'll see you for another product review very soon.